Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Toys R Us coming back from the dead once again. I know I did a video about a week ago that they said that they were coming back. And they are, but they're going to be completely different than what they were before. So Toys R Us is rebranding as Geoffrey's Toy Box. Geoffrey's Toy Box, no longer
Toy Barn.
Yeah, pretty much, like, and no longer called Toys R Us. And apparently what they're going to do is they're either going to have pop-up locations or there'll be a store within a store.
I thought they were trying to come out of bankruptcy because they said the Toys R Us and Babies R Us names were too valuable. And then they turned around and changed it to Geoffrey's Toy Box.
Yeah, there's some weirdness going on here, and this is unfortunate because we know people work for Toys R Us who lost their jobs. Now, it doesn't appear that they're going to open the big box stores. It sounds to me more like they're trying to downsize. They don't want the big box store anymore. They want to just do...
Well, basically what they're doing is ripping off what KB said they were going to do. Because KB said when Toys R Us went out that they were going to come back and they were going to do kind of like pop-up stores and things like that to start. And they announced that they were doing this for the holiday and all this stuff. Well, everybody's excited about KB coming back. Well, we can't have that. It's kind of like you ever had like that boyfriend or girlfriend and they don't want you, but they don't want anybody else to have you either. It's kind of like that. We don't want it. We don't want to do it, but we don't want KB to take over. So we're going to come back and we're going to do exactly what they're doing.
Pretty much, because it sounds like, I mean, it's almost like these toy store chains don't feel that having a large dedicated toy store is really viable anymore, but having the smaller locations or the pop-up stores might be the way to go.
Right.
So just a try, because Toys R Us, I think were they just trying to like get rid of all their big warehouses? I mean, is that what they were trying to do? I don't know what
they were doing, but a lot of people lost their jobs, and now and basically what they're doing is they're just going to put it into other stores,
So it would be like kind of reminds me of like Hickory Farms, I guess. Like you go to the mall and they've got the little pop-up Hickory Farms. Still? Yeah, they still do it. Malls or Hickory Farms.
I don't go to malls.
Nobody goes to malls. That's a problem.
I mean, I do sometimes, but not usually. And I haven't seen Hickory Farms forever, so I didn't know.
So I don't know what they're thinking here. Geoffrey LLC, this is the official press release. Geoffrey LLC, Toys R Us Inc.'s intellectual property holding company's subsidiary, announced today that it's moving forward with a plan for substantially all of its assets to be acquired by a group of investors led by Geoffrey LLC's existing secured lenders.
But they said before that the name Toys R Us and Babies R Us were too valuable to let go, but then they turn around and name it something different.
Yeah, they auctioned those off, I guess. Okay, so...
Well, that doesn't make any sense what they said before, but go ahead.
Yeah. Maybe they are. No, they didn't auction them off. Okay, hold on. The announcement was made following a 5-month marketing effort by Boston-based Consensus, an investment bank retained to market the assets of Geoffrey LLC that resulted in several formal and informal proposals to acquire the intellectual property assets. After considering such proposals, it was determined that the proposal from the existing term lenders was meaningfully higher and better than any other global bid or the sum of the bids received on individual assets.
The existing term lenders, it was meaningful to them. Why'd they close in the first place?
Yeah,
and put people out of work.
Get out of paying their bills, I think. The transition of the business to its new owners is pending approval of the United States Bankruptcy Court and all major creditor constituencies. Geoffrey LLC thanks all parties that participated. Blah, blah. Geoffrey LLC, as reorganized, will control a portfolio of intellectual property that includes trademarks, e-commerce assets, and data associated with the Toys R Us and Babies R Us businesses in the U.S. and all over the world, including a portfolio of over 20 well-known toy and baby brands such as Imaginarium, Koala Baby, Fastlane, and Journey Girls. The reorganized company will own the rights to Toys R Us and Babies R Us brands in all markets globally, with the exception of Canada. Now, there are still Toys R Us in Canada, so that's probably owned. There's some other deal going on in Canada. It will also become the licensor of the brands to the company's existing network of franchisees operating in countries across Asia, Europe, and the Middle East, and in South Africa, in addition to continuing the service.
This is boring.
These markets, blah, blah. Okay, here. Develop ideas for new Toys R Us and Babies R Us stores in the U.S. and abroad that could bring back these iconic brands in a new and reimagined way. Geoffrey LLC will provide additional detail on this front as it becomes available. And they said last Tuesday, Geoffrey turned up at the Dallas Toy Preview. Look at that. I'm sure there were probably like former Toys R Us employees like throwing their shoes at him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy.
So yeah, they're gonna call it Geoffrey's Toy Box, and it's going to be
Just open consumer locations under the Toy Box name by November.
By November, these will be done as a shop within a shop concept, where at least initially they will partner with prominent retailers. In other words, they will be opening for the holidays.
The Midwest is as a start.
Yeah, many locations within larger retail stores that might not normally sell much in the way of toys. So I'm like, what do they do? Like put in like Lowe's or something? Like
I don't know. It sounds like they're putting it in some place that doesn't usually deal with toys.
Walmart's got toys. Kmart and Sears are on the skids.
Yeah, Toys R Us went under KB trying to make a return. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that boyfriend or girlfriend you had. They don't want you, but they keep sabotaging you from dating anybody else because they don't want anybody else to have you either. KB's is going to make a move for the void, and Toys R Us is like,
yeah,
we're going to do the exact same thing you said you were going to do.
I think they were maybe planning to do something like this, but when KB's announced that they were coming back, they're like, we got to beat them to the punch. Other retailers such as Party City have also indicated they'll be implementing this. The big question is, will any of them be able to compete against Walmart and Amazon? I don't know. This is just, it's really what, because I'm trying to think like what stores could they actually, because Sears is, I mean, maybe Sears, but Sears and Kmart are about done.
It used to be back in the day. You had the Sears catalog and they work with holidays and toys and stuff.
Sears used to have a toy department during the holidays.
Right.
That was the only time they had a toy
department. Don't you understand that people would buy toys other times of the year? I'm just saying.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like the whole purpose of all of this was for Toys R Us to basically get out paying some bills,
sell all their big locations
and sell off their, and maybe the only way they could do that was to divest themselves of like the Toys R Us brand for now, and say, hey, we're going out of business. But in reality, they just wanted to downsize
and beat KB because KB said they were coming back.
Yeah. So
personally, I'd rather go to KB.
Yeah, I mean, I think
this was really crappy the whole way.
I think it was really underhanded. I mean, like I said, we have friends and family who've worked for Toys R Us, and it was a very sudden thing. And now they're just like, hey guys, I know everybody's have a job, but we're coming back. Yeah, no, sorry, Geoffrey. Piss off. Piss off, Geoffrey. I'm going to KB's. I used to work for KB's. I love KB's. I'll go back to KB's. So anyway, that's what's going on now, I guess. So there will be kind of a Toys R Us this Christmas.
But I did tell you I thought they were going to try to do what KB was doing and beat KB out. I did tell you that.
Yeah, I know. And you're right. Geeky's always right. So this
mostly, not always.
I'm going to put, this is coming from Toy News International. I'll put a link to that in the description. I'll be on the lookout for Geoffrey's Toy Box wherever it pops up this Christmas. Coming somewhere. Somewhere near you.
I'm trying to be good.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.